On this episode of See Indonesia,
we're going to Bali, baby!
Yes, you heard that right. We went to the essential holiday destination in Indonesia with our friends from Ticket.com and their Ticket to Do category. And on this trip, we made sure to try some of the many essential activities for you to do. So stay tuned to discover where you can have a high-end beach party, to discover some of the beautiful hotels for you to stay in, and to see a hint of the culture of the people of this beautiful island.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
See Indonesia.
We started our adventure in Bali at the Manarai Beach House. This is a restaurant, beach club, and bar, and also a place where you can do water sports. All of these activities, of course, as well as entry to Manarai itself, can be found on Ticket to Do. Today, however, we were here to celebrate our arrival at Bali. So I chose a table at the beach and ordered myself a tasty mango daiquiri.
Cheers, baby! Oh, Ticket to Do, I love you.
The vibes at this place were immaculate. Mwah! 10 out of 10 for any beach party. But what if you wanted something a little more quiet? This is it. This is Bali Beach Glamping, a posh resort nestled between lush greenery, fields of rice paddies, and a beach facing west towards the sunset.
As per usual, this property was provided to us by our friends from Ticket.com through their villas and apartments category, where they host a wide variety of very unique properties at obviously a very, very excellent price. Yes!
A very excellent price indeed, which you can earn when you use the promo code TICKETXCINDO to get a discount of up to 70% plus another 5% for a maximum of 500,000 rupiah. Anyway, all along the resort were different spots where you can take a nap in, or enjoy the view of the paddy. Never mind the fact that I was facing away from it. But anyway, the coziness, however, doesn't end there.
Hey! See, this is the glamping part of Bali Beach Glamping. Come on in. See, this is the deluxe room and ooh, I love the floor. So cold, comfy, very comfy indeed. Now, as you can see, this is kind of like a big tent really, so you don't really get like proper walls, but kind of these collapsible walls that can be zipped up and down. So, if you do need a bit of air to come in, then there's no problem there. Oh, it feels so airy, but if you want some privacy, there's no problem there either. Oh, this is a really nice swing sofa as well, by the way. Whew.
Luckily, every tent in this resort is air conditioned. But what if you want to sleep without the walls?
Worried about mosquitoes? Worry not, because some of these nettings are here to keep you comfortable while you're asleep. Every tent also has its own bathroom, but without a door on it. No judge. If you want to keep the wall open, it's up to you.
Now, apart from relaxing in your tent, as well as all around the resort, you can do other relaxing activities as well, including riding an electric bike around the beach. And so we did that. And as we were about to get underway, we saw something special. But something often seen all around Bali.
Look at that! It's taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 people to keep that one kite from flying away. That's crazy, that kite must be so big. And look at how long the line is. Wow.
And so I got on the bike and rode around in the sunset. And luckily we brought an FPV, so you can enjoy the following sequence. Bali, oh Bali, I will never tire of you.
See the beauty? Only on Indonesia.
The day after we stayed at Bali Beach Glamping, we made our way to Nusa Dua. As we were invited for a special G20 event. Not the conference though. Because we came to test an electric car.
And this is it. This is the Toyota C Plus Pod, and as you can see, it is quite small. But despite the size, it's much bigger than you might think. Inside, there's space for 2 people, quite a lot of headroom, and actually, surprisingly, quite a lot of leg space as well. So, surprisingly roomy, and the visibility is not so bad. Meanwhile, in the back, there is enough space for a Satya Permesi, I believe. Let's see if we can do that. No, I suppose I don't fit in here.
So, what about the driving?
In actual fact, driving the car is very nice as well. The steering is very light, and the ride's very comfortable. Surprisingly comfortable, as a matter of fact. And for the both of us, we're actually quite comfortable in here, aren't we, Hanif?
And the car is so small and so nimble that it has the turning circle of a mouse.
And in addition to the turning circle, since the body is so small, it goes really well with the very tiny roads that are around Bali, so it's very useful, this car.
And it ought to be, because you see, this car is a step towards an electrified future for Bali. With the government currently developing infrastructure for its use, and with the province even mandating the use of EVs in certain areas in the near future. But that is coming in the future, and this is now. And now we were finally arriving at our next hotel. This is the Nusa Dua Beach Hotel, a property kindly provided to us by our friends from Ticket.com. Embellished with a traditional Balinese decor and designed to look like a Balinese palace, this hotel has stood the test of time for nearly 4 decades. And such is its spectacular opulence that it has hosted royalty, presidents, and many other dignitaries from around the world. As it so happened, while I was wandering around the lobby, I ran into the general manager of the hotel, Pierre Gauthier. I was curious of the hotel's response to the pandemic, and so we had a chat.
How was your hotel impacted by this, and how did you guys manage through it, and how did you recover?
I mean, obviously the hotel has been impacting like all the hotels over Bali. We've been fortunate enough we didn't close. So the hotel was able to be maintained as an operating hotel with a lot of cutting staff, obviously, you know, early retirement. Nonetheless, it was very, very fortunate that we had a solid owning company, we had a solid team, and I think we went through it, you know, in a normal manner. But the first year was from April 2020 was very, very bad until I will say December 2021, where we had a rebound. Then 2022, the first 6 months were not easy, but now we are finally out of it.
And so, for the first time, actually, it seems that you guys are almost at full capacity.
Yes, definitely. We've been running very strong for the last 2 months. You know, July, August, and definitely we can see the end of the tunnel. You know, the light at the end of the tunnel. We have been very agile, very flexible during the pandemic, but now we need to be back to full throttle. You know, and to make sure the guests are back and fully back.
Yeah. So we continue, okay?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
I, for one, was glad that the hotel was able to survive such a tough time. It would have been indescribable to lose such an iconic, historical, and magnificent hotel.
Oh, wow. Absolutely beautiful. I love this vibe. I love this vibe. Look at it. So many wooden details. And it doesn't feel modern. It feels more traditional. But traditional in a luxurious manner. As you can see, look at that. Oh my God. I love this place already.
The bathroom, meanwhile, featured an overhead shower, a beautifully designed sink area, and a very comfortable bathtub right in front of a pair of wooden windows that could be slid open.
Oh, I love this. Instead of using old windows, they just used these Venetian blinds. Can you imagine how expensive that must have been in the 80s when this hotel was built? That's crazy.
In fact, many, if not all of these details have been around for much longer than I have ever lived.
Do you know, I spoke to the general manager who said that many of the materials, the wood especially, have been here for 40 years. That's crazy. It shows just how high quality they are. Oh, this hotel is absolutely exquisite. I love it.
And the exquisiteness was not limited to the room itself, as the hotel also featured 4 restaurants and 4 bars, a gym and a tennis court, and even a spa.
I love that they've provided this with this bowl of flowers under my face. It's very aromatic and it's very relaxing indeed.
After having settled down at the hotel, it was time for dinner. And we went to one of the most iconic places in all of Bali. We went to the Beachside Restaurant of Jimbaran. Now, eating here can sometimes be very expensive, but I had a hack.
See today's secret tip for you here. If you want to save some money, if you go to Jimbaran, why not get some fish from the local market and have them grill it for you at the place? Let's go check it out.
Luckily, at the very end of Jimbaran existed a fish market, and so we entered and bought ourselves some fish. Before bringing them to the restaurant and having them cooked by the cooks at the restaurant. And by the time the food came out,
We saved around, what, 10-15%? Just by buying all of these things from the market. And as you can see, they still taste just as... Mwah!
on the menu that night, we had a multitude of food, including, but not limited to, clams, shrimp, squid, fish, and
Is this spinach? I think so.
it wasn't.
Spinach is delicious. Quite salty.
Spinach.
The watercress is very good.
That's the ticket.
The clams. They're really spicy. Really spicy.
The spiciness is definitely not for the faint of heart. But boy, did the food taste delicious.
See the beauty? Only on Sea Indonesia.
If you've ever been to Bali, you would know that the people of this province still have very strong ties to tradition. For example, wherever we went during our trip, there would always be a shrine for staff members to carry out their rituals. Having seen this firsthand, I wanted to investigate more of the culture of Bali. And so, I went to a blacksmith named Margi, whose workshop was located in Tabanan. Mr. Margi, however, is no ordinary blacksmith, as he is responsible for the manufacturing of karis, a dagger so sacred for the Balinese that each one is treated like human. You see, to the Balinese, the karis serves many functions, one of which, crucially, is as a symbol for them to communicate with their elders and ancestors. This is the reason why many Balinese families decide to be present during the making of their karis. As a family would keep a woman and her husband company before and during childbirth, so too would the Balinese family to this important symbol, becoming witnesses to, and in some cases, actively participating in, the birth of a new member of their family. And so, with a meaning so deeply rooted and important, not anyone can have the privilege of making it. But Mr. Margi is not just anyone. In fact, he comes from a bloodline of men spanning for hundreds of years whose destiny and responsibility has been to craft this ancient weapon. And thus, he has trained his craft for decades. And with such a storied past, we had to ask Mr. Margi, what does the keris truly mean to a Balinese family?
Satu, kalau keris yang pengajak keluarga, penguat keluarga. Penguat keluarga, kalau di Bali dibilang penguat keluarga. Yang kedua dibilang kita merawat keris seperti merawat leluhur kita sendiri. Keris merupakan lontar keluarga. Kalau lontar kalau di Bali itu kalau diterjemahkan itu berupa secarik kertas itu sebenarnya. Wasiatnya leluhur gitu kalau di lontar. Itu sebenarnya.
And thus, as the will of the ancestors must be continued, so too does the lineage of keris blacksmiths. For Mr. Margi's tenure coming to an end in the future, a successor has already been appointed. In his case, it is his son-in-law, a man no older than myself, named Indra. And so, if you do ever come to Bali, make sure to check out the beautiful hotels and absolutely thrilling activities all around the island. But also, and most importantly, make sure to have a chat with the people at its cultural center. Who knows what hidden gems you might find?